कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी गिरिवर धारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनन यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यामुनतीरा वनचारु यामुनतीरा वनचारु जय जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. अर्पितचरीं चिरात् करुणयावतीर्न कलौ समर्पयितुमुन्नतोज्ज्वलरसां स्वभक्तिश्रियम् हरिः पुरटसुन्दरद्युतिकदम्बसन्दीपितः सदा हृदयकन्दरे स्फुरतु वः शचीनन्दनः हन्ताय मद्रिरबला हरिदासवर्यो यद्रामकृष्णचरणस्पर्शप्रमोदः मानं तनोति सह गणयो स्तयोर्यत् पानीयसूयवसकन्दरकन्दमूलैः मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् हरे कृष्णा जय श्री राधे
Jai Shri Radhe.
Thank you very much for giving the opportunity to serve my obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, who has carved out this opportunity for all of us to associate, and Srila Prabhupada for establishing this. Hare Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada for establishing these oases where we can come together. And thanks to all of you. Special thanks to Daya Sagar Prabhu. He is the ocean of mercy. That's what his name also means. And Archana Mataji and our beloved Aryan. Thank you for opening your homes. Thank you to all of you to come. And Jay. Where is Jay?
Jai is escape.
Okay. Jay had an escape velocity. So thank you all for coming. And today, at least, we'll try to laugh out loud, but learn deep lessons, taking shelter of stories. And we want that so that we can take some deep message with us and do some parishkar. Parishkar means transformation, some transformation of our hearts. As we were saying the other day, that katha is not a sujna. Katha is parishkar. Parishkar means some transformation. So with that blessing, we move forward. Before we move forward into deeper stories, we'll tell a story about three girls. What's your name? Shloka. Wow. What's your name? Sahasra. And what's your name? Arya. So Shloka, Sahasra, and Arya were happily going out and playing. There was a lake. I don't know which lake is nearby. Any lake nearby? Nobody, right? Nothing. Texas is too dry.
Louisville Lake.
Louisville Lake. Okay, so in the Louisville Lake, they are all playing Shloka, Sahasra, and Arya. And they are wearing their new frocks and then going here and there. And the lake is little muddy water. So Shloka thinks of doing a little bit fun and she starts doing chapak chapak. You know chapak chapak? No, nobody does that these days. But splashing, chapak chapak. And Arya is saying, don't do that. But who listens? It's a bright summer day. And their grandmother comes. Who grandmother? Sanandini. So Sandhini comes and says, what are you doing? Anyway, they did not listen. And she was not that sad also. See, this is fictional story. You're still in college. So Sandhini is around. She's allowing them to play. They are doing chapak chapak. And it happens, she does the chapak and their all frogs get the dirt. Now big mess. Their all moms come. Here are their moms. Okay, and Acha. Okay, so two moms come. And the mom of Arya and Sahasra tell Shloka, how can you do that? And she slaps. Again, it's a mythological story or a fictional story. So what happens? Mom of Shloka also comes. Who told this to my daughter? And then it starts. The adults also come, and their behnois also come, and their everybody comes and they start doing, you know what we do, right?
Yeah.
But the kids are confused. What happened? What did we do? And the grandmother comes, Sandhini. She said, "You adults, is there something? Is there something wrong with you?" So they are not able to listen. Also, sounds familiar?
Yeah.
The kids did something. Kids forgot. Adults, it is stuck in their brains. So one of the saints would say, "What's wrong with us? Somebody comes, screams at us, and then we take it close to our heart, and that person goes and eat chaat pakodi." So nothing happened to that guy. We took it. He should be sad, right? That he took out the words out of his mouth. But we forgot. He forgot. We are stuck with it, and he's eating pani puri. So like that, what happens? The adults are arguing. Sandhini is telling nobody is hearing her. And these three kids, Shloka, Sahasra, and Arya, have forgotten all about it. They clean their skirts and then they do amazing thing. They create a channel out of this Louisville lake. You know the channel? By digging, you take out a channel. So this channel is moving, moving, moving. And in the channel, they put a paper boat. You know how to make paper boat? No. Yeah, we only know how to make robots in this country. So they make a paper boat and the paper boat goes, and the adults are all fighting. क्यों मारा, कब मारा, कैसे मारा, all the questions. And then suddenly they realize, because underneath, between their feet, this channel is going. Who has made the channel? Shloka, Arya, and Sahasra. And they see a boat also. And they are shocked. What happened? And these kids are running around the boat merrily and they are walking further and further away. And Sandhini comes again. Don't you know? They have forgotten and you are still fighting. The story ends. This is Leo Tolstoy's story called Little Girls Are Wiser Than Men. Sounds familiar? Yes. What happens when we grow up? Something happens. We become too serious or we become too sticky. Those things which have not to be stuck with us. And sometimes, in order to take them out, we need some very, very simple stories, such stories like this, isn't it? Just one page, but it tells us that why so serious, isn't it? Why take it so hard? Everyone is telling stories. In fact, this is a master storytelling competition, correct? Whole world. Whoever tells the stories in a better way, you know, or rather, we should say, whoever prompts in a better way, correct? Nobody codes. They do what? Vibe code, isn't it? So, whoever prompts in a better way and creates a narrative, he rules, she rules, isn't it? Who says it? How you say it. I mean, look at our Bhagavatam classes also, correct? One fine day in a particular temple, there was Narsimha Dev Utsav. So in the morning, we heard the class by one particular monk. In the evening, we heard the same pastime by another monk, poles apart. So which Purana are they speaking? We say that, right? Imagine if, a traditional person is speaking Narsimha Prahlad Leela, he'll speak about like in a traditional way. Prahlad Maharaj went near his father. Very respectfully, he bowed down. And Hiranyakashipu shouted at him. Now, if imagine a Gen Z speaks this fast. So Prahlad Maharaj will go, "Pops, what's wrong with you?" And Narsimhadev said, "Dude, where is that dude who derives strength from it?" Now, we take these licenses, right? Are look at the Brahmotsam festival in ISKCON Chopati, where they enacted a pastime of Narsimha Leela. What happened in the beginning? A news reporter is going near the people who are dancing. Who are you? We belong to the political party called Das. Why? Because Vaishnava Das, Narsimha Das, we have defeated, the Sarkar has been toppled, and they were all doing a particular kind of dance, like that. So what kind of dance is this? This is a new kind of dance. It is called Khamba Tor Cheer Phar dance. and we are laughing about it, isn't it? And it's okay. These are fine. These are poetic license as long as they are complementary to the main story. But it gives us the narrative much well, isn't it? And what happens in this same play afterwards? They say, "Arey, what happened to Hiranyakashipu? He died." Okay, let's ask him. Let's give him a lifeline. So they give Hiranyakashipu a lifeline, and Hiranyakashipu is awake for just few hours, and he's holding his intestines, right? And turning like this. So, who wants to know what you want to know? And he gives the sermon that you must surrender to Narsimhadev. Now, which Puran is from? This is from which Puran? Maybe it would be from the Puran of the director who directed it. But it makes the point, isn't it? These are called poetic licenses as long as they are complementary. We need stories. All our Upanishads are made of Mahavakya. What? Mahavakya. Vakya means statements. Maha means great. Great statements like Sarvakalvidam Brahma. Everything is Brahma. Or Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Correct? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is a Mahavakya. But to explain it nicely so that it goes deeper in our heart from different angles of vision, we need a Mahakavya. A Mahavakya needs a Mahakavya. What is Kavya? It's a poem, it's a song, it's an epic. These days it would be Mahanovel. Depends, different ages, we need different things to explain. So Mahavakya is small, Mahakavya is huge. And Sanskritists and all our acharyas like to write things in a compressed way, isn't it? Small, pithy statements. We know about different pithy statements, like LG's statement is life's good. LG. Like that, many small statements. These are called sutras. What are they called? Sutras. What are sutras? Let's hear. Alpaksharam asandigdham. Alpaksharam asandigdham. Sarvat Vishwato Mukham. Sarvat Vishwato Mukham. Perfect. Astoham anavadyam cha. Sutram sutravido viduhu. Sutram sutravido viduhu. This comes in Vayu Puran. It tells that what is a sutra. Sutra has 6 qualities. First quality, it is alpaksharam. Alpaksharam means concise. Very concise, specific. All the Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam, how concise it is, isn't it? And Sarva Dharman Parityajya, Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Isn't it very concise? Second is Asandigdham, no doubt about it. Very clear in its purview. It needs expansion, but clear. Then it is Saravat. Saravat means it is meaningful. Sar means what? Essence. Essence, isn't it? Saravat. And Vishwato Mukham. Vishwato Mukham means it is applicable in all situations, all places. Kopel also, Arvine also, and Aubrey also. It doesn't mean Mahani applicable. It doesn't mean like that. Sarvat and Astobham. Astobham, it's not halting. It is very poetic also. There are no words in it which are like salt dal diya cake mein, like that. Isn't it? It's not like that. It's sweet, sweet. And then last is Anavadyam. Anavadyam means mistakes are not there. Fine. 6 characteristics. What is the first? Alpaksharam, concise, asandigdham, clear, saravat, meaningful, then vishwato mukham, applicable everywhere, astobham, not halting, and finally anavadyam. This is sutra. But Kali Yuga memory, sutra doesn't go. And it needs expansion. So we need epics. We need epic journeys, isn't it? Bhagavatam is explained by Bhagavad Gita is explained by what? Srimad Bhagavatam, isn't it? and simple concept is easily narrated by even a fictional story, like the story we said, Sahasra, Arya, and Shloka. What was the name of the story? Little girls are wiser than men. Simple idea, right? Even fictional story can tell us. Why? Because fiction tells us something which is meta real. Everybody knows about meta these days, right? Sabki mata ban gaya meta. Meta real means it is more than real. Why? Because if suppose I ask Jaishnav, tell your daily routine, so Jaishnav will say, I wake up, I do brush, and then I sit. And then his routine is very nice. But if some other person we ask, they will say, I wake up, and then my memory is hanged. 10 minutes I'm thinking what to do, which side of the bed I woke up. Then we'll figure out maybe we have to brush. And then, half of the time people are rotating hands on their tummy, no pressure. So don't tell us all these details, right? We will tell that these are uninteresting. Tell us something quick and interesting. That's what they do in cinema also, right? Even the crying pastimes becomes a jubilant pastimes there, right? Everything is amazing. Look at Facebook and the social media also. Does anybody post that feeling miserable from 7 days? We'll do dandavats to a person who will say like that. Everybody generally posts the most happy and the colorful and the jubilant things, isn't it? Is that the reality? Perhaps not. I mean, nobody's Devta here. Even Devtas are troubled by the Daityas. So, in a fictional story, what happens? All the unnecessary things are removed. Only the most classical things, meta-real things are kept so that it's interesting. And then it talks about conflict and resolution. Some conflict, some resolution. That's what we want to know, right? Isn't Bhagavatam a book of conflicts? Think about it. Parikshit Maharaj, conflict. Vritrasur, conflict. And Narsimha Avatar movie, how many of us have seen it? Yeah, conflict, right? Prahlad Maharaj, Narsimha Dev, and Hiranyakashipu. And beach mein two, Shand and Amar. Big conflict. Then they are trying to resolve the conflict. We want to know it. So even a fictional story can teach us. Albert Camus would say what? Fiction is a lie, but it tells the truth better. Fiction is a lie, but it tells the truth better. In Hindi, we can say, जोर का झटका और जोर से लगे. Not धीरे से. जोर का झटका और जोर से. How do you translate in Hindi? English? Let's not do it. So, here are meta-real things which therefore find their place in every culture, isn't it? Stories are there in all the culture. What story we read? Little girls are wiser than men is Leo Tolstoy, Russian, isn't it? Then Hindi also we have many authors, Premchand and like that. I'm sure in Andhra Pradesh also, Maharashtra also, China also, Japan also, everywhere. Why? Because they bring out certain things which are our blind spots. We don't take a look at it, isn't it? And they somehow enter deep in our conscience. Why? Because it's one thing to tell a person, say, I say, Nayananvita, Nayananvita, correct? Don't be selfish. Now that's an instruction. You are a great person, so you will follow it. But ordinary people will not follow it. So they have to be shown characters. Somebody who was not selfish and somebody who was selfish, like Duryodhan versus Yudhishthir. Correct? So when next in my life I am on the boundary of selfishness or selflessness, I'll say what? Or my conscience will say what? Duryodhan ban rahe ho, savdhan ho jao. You're trying to become Duryodhan, savdhan, think about Yudhishthir. So characters get stuck in our hearts much better way. You'll agree with that? Because we can see that characters come alive, right? When we will steal, stealing is not only object stealing, even stealing of vichar, thought stealing, isn't it? So we'll remember the saints who would tell, no, you have to attribute whatever thoughts you're taking to somebody whom you have taken it from. So the character will come in place, isn't it? So stories enter our hearts because they are meta-real. They are conflict and resolution oriented. And third, they give us characters. Are you all with me? Now, next, we do something. And as adults, we see children doing something and we go, we'll remember what? Three girls, little girls are wiser than men. Maybe in our eye of mind's eye, we'll see Shloka, Sahasra, and Arya. And their, okay, this is again a fictional story, and their parents arguing. Imagine this is what Bhagavatam is doing, expanding on these sutras of Bhagavad Gita and giving characterization to it, isn't it? And much more happens in Chaitanya Charitamrita as well. So every culture has it. Bhagavatam is it, correct? We heard about Panchatantra, people are familiar, isn't it? I mean, these are stories of animals like crow and mendak and in Telugu, barre and gede. Yeah, all these things are there, and we are happily eating popcorn. We are totally okay about it. In fact, these are very Kalpanic story. Pinocchio. Yeah, when he lies, what happens? And we are eating the popcorn. Does it happen in real life? Good, it doesn't happen, right? Otherwise, all of us would be doing fighting with the noses. Jagah chahiye. We have to sit. The nose would have been, at least I can say for myself. However, we are okay with that because it tells a concept very, very strongly. Just like some teacher said, who is your hero in Andhra Pradesh? I think there is Andhra Pradesh majority here, right? Telugu majority. So, who is one famous inspirational character in Andhra Pradesh? Don't say Prabhas. Looks like nobody. Annamacharya. Oh, Chiranjeevi. Well, he became Annamacharya, right? In the movie. Okay, let's come to Maharashtra. How many from Maharashtra here? Nobody from Maharashtra. Okay, let's do Maharashtra. Shivaji Maharaj. Tukaram. Name Tukaram is, we need a person who can ride a horse. So Shivaji Maharaj is there. And the teacher told in the class there were Arya, Sahasra, Shloka, Sandini was also there. What's your name? Maithili, I remember. And Sri Pradap. Okay. Aryan, Jaishnav, all were there in the class. So the teacher said, write an essay about Shivaji Maharaj. Whoever will write the longest essay will get to represent the state in the national championship. Amazing. Aryan thought, it's my chance. So Aryan just wrote a 700-page essay. The teacher thought, what? Precocious Aryan, wise beyond the age. Maybe this will become a novel, and then Aryan would not have to study further, and he'll be just like the budding novelist. Hari bol. Look, Aryan is so happy. So the teacher got the book and she said, let me read. We have to send this book for award. So we should read what he has written. So first page was Shivaji Maharaj, title Shivaji, Shiva. Huh? And the author Aryan. Okay, first page, Shivaji Maharaj, Ghode par chade. Amazing. What a start, The first page is like, and those who have delved into bit novels and these literature, they know the first line has to be punch. Punch. It has to grab you from the first line. Like Charles Dickens would say, those were the best of the times, those were the worst of the times. Pakad liya. Grabbed it. Or there is a book called Moby Dick. In this, he says, call me Ishmael. Call you Ishmael? Pakad liya. Like that. So, Aryan ne pakad liya. Shivaji घोड़े पर चढ़े. Shivaji and climbed on the horse. So she is teacher, right? So she can go on the last page. What was the last page? Shivaji Maharaj घोड़े से उतरे. Amazing. Shivaji Maharaj climbed the horse. Shivaji Maharaj got down from the horse. क्या लड़ाई होगी बीच में? Shivaji Maharaj, after all, was an ancestor of Baji Rao without Mastani. So they opened the page, and what was there in the 698 pages? Gallop, 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 gallop. In Hindi, it will be Togdu, Togdu, Togdu. The story ends. Isn't that the story of our devotional life also? Harivamsa Das picked up the beat bag. Harivamsa Das lifted down the beat bag. Beat bag. You got it, right? But it's a story. Are are we having spiritual life as filler or is it full? Simple story, but it tells the idea. So here comes our Acharya Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is Guru of. So Aryan, don't write like this, huh? Gallop, gallop. So Shivaji, Guru of Prabhupada was Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur also wrote, I think, around 30, more than 30 stories. They were not published in his time. After his leaving this mortal world, he left in 1936, right? Um, I think January, at the December, January time frame. December, January was it? And then this was published. It was called Upakhyane Upadesh. What? Upakhyane Upadesh. In Bengali, it means Upadesh in the sense of Upakhyan. Upakhyan means Katha, illustrated advice. What? Illustrated advice. And these were the stories he will use in his classes and things like that. For instance, another story. Now, which stories have we discussed so far? Little girls are wiser than men. Gallop, gallop. Now comes a story in which a guru is. Are you all with me? I'll take the quiz about the stories later on. So, there is a guru who is leaving for the Himalayas, and the Shishya is asking him, Oh, Guru Maharaj, you're leaving, leaving, leaving. How will I survive? Who is asking whom? Disciple is asking the Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj says, Take this Gita. It was not the phone, huh? Take this Gita book. The first instruction. Great, we may have all these things and these things, but book must be there. And we are keeping this, remembering Radha Govindas Goswami Maharaj. Perhaps we shared this in some of the lectures that he, after Prabhupada, he would go to Bihar, where there were many Naxalites. And one Naxalite, two, three Naxalites asked Maharaj, Give us what you have. Maharaj said, I only have Katha. So then Maharaj said, Radha Govindas Goswami Maharaj, hear the Katha. If you like it, take it. If you don't, do whatever you want. So they sat, heard, liked it. And after many, many years, 300 to 500, that's what the number I have said, became devotees. Naxalites, look at the fearlessness कि मेरे पास केवल कथा है, वही दे सकता हूं. He would say, keep the book near you. So we keep the book. It was a book. He didn't give phone. Did the Guru give phone? No, book. And the disciple comes to his home. He is a brahmachari, nobody else. He has only few cloths, one loin cloth, two loin cloths, that's all. One to wear, one drying. But then what happens? In the kutia he is staying, there is a chuha. What do you call chuha in Telugu? Telangana or Andhra Pradesh? Good. One majority is there. What is called? Eluka. So one eluka came. Chuha, Mushaka, Eluka came. Brian, you're from Hindi belt, right? So we were both learning Telugu. Yes. Eluka came and starting biting the loincloth. Mar gaye. Only one was there. So he thought what to do. So he got a billy. Huh? Billy only or PV? Okay. So Pilli came and so rat needs so rat needs a cat, but the problem is that cat will do what? Purr, meow. So you need what for the rat? For the cat? Come on. Please, we are not doing himsa here. For the rat, you needed a cat, and for the cat, you needed a milk. Think about non-violent solutions. But you get milk from where? Good. Nobody said Walmart. So cow, which is called ow, right? But the problem is that who will take out the milk? He has to read Bhagavad Gita. So Mataji has to come. And it came quickly. After that, Guru Maharaj came and said, Kya say kya? What happened? He said, Maharaj ji, this is the family for the Gita. Story ends. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur are like punch and punch out. Simple story. The title is what? A family for the Gita. Now it's very significant. Doesn't it happen with all of us? Something we want to do, but we'll do everything around except that thing. Isn't it? So for writers, we have this common joke. People research about writing except writing. People may research about cooking except cooking. However, nobody does research about eating and eating except eating. Research gayi bhaad mein. Let's focus on paneer. Isn't it? So this talks about that where has the main thing gone? The main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. Let's repeat. The main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. This is the power of these flash stories. It's called almost called flash fiction. Boom and out. And then he gives the different purport to it to help us understand. So are you all with the journey? We cannot be possibly reciting or sharing 40 stories or 35 stories, but we'll recite some of them, categorizing them in three take-home messages. Okay? Three upadeshas, three instructions. Are you all with me? So for the first upadesha, we have to see and come near a lake. What do you call mendak in Telugu? Kappa. Okay. In Sanskrit, it is called Hari. Hari means Bhagwan. Hari means Bandar. Hari means Kesari also, lion also, and Hari means Mendak also. 14 different things Hari can mean. So the Mendak is there, the frog Kappa is there. Kappa is near Lake Louisville, and he has found one dime. What he has found? One dime. And the Kappa is thinking, Mere jaisa kaun? I have found one dime. Ah, what glory I have. And this glory, I will just conquer over the entire world. Sounds familiar? Maybe our dime could be a different dime. It could be PhD also, right? People would say, Prabhuji, your PhD. We would say permanent head damage or permanent humility deficient. Prabhupada gives a nicer thing also, piling human dung or piled higher and deeper. Very rarely it could mean Paramhamsa Das or Paramhamsa Dasi. That could also be one thing which we think that it's my dime. It could be any other color. It could be some money. Just think about it. There is a joke which goes on in the local trains of Bombay. You know, the beggar on the local train would have his own stop. You know, like little place, ye meri hai. The other beggar will say, ye mera hai. And then suppose this fellow's daughter gets married. So in the dowry, he'll give that place. It was not your place in the beginning, isn't it? He just sat there. But they say a pauper is also proud of his penny and a kappa is proud of his dime. And then the king's retinue came. The king is riding on the elephant, and the kappa thought, Mare jaisa kaun? So he just went and jumped in front of the elephant, thinking, I have a dime. What did the elephant do? They made in Telugu, vadiyalu out of it. He made a vadiyalu out of it. Story end. Now say Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, what are your stories? It's just punch, punch out. Because sometimes बुद्धिमान को इशारा ही काफी होता है. For the intelligent, only a sanket is enough, and he's telling us, this is the first upadesh. Are you all with me? First upadesh is become sober. क्या? Become sober. It's not becoming pessimistic in life, rather sober. There are some things which we know will fall apart. So why so proud, isn't it? Become sober. These are all dimes. We utilize it, we'll not give them away. We'll use for the service of our Guru Maharajas, use for the service of others also, right? However, why so proud? So, what is this story called? The story is called The Frog's Dime. Prabhupada writes as Frog's half rupee coin. Athanni, Chavanni, isn't it? And then Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur takes us another way also. He talks about a boatman. What is a boatman called? Padava means a boat. That I learned the other day. So Padava wala, a boatman. And a boatman has a boat. But the problem is that whenever he goes to take his boat from the bank to the river, there is a problem. There are these thorny bushes. So it's very painful to his feet, correct? Have anybody of you gone to places which are very, very thorny? It's troublesome. So he has a dream. What's the dream? When I'll get very, very lot of money, right? I will pave the entire bank with, solid wood, and it will be so smooth that whenever I'll drag the boat, my feet won't hurt. End of the story. What's the lesson? Are Baba, if you become rich, why will you drag a boat? This is like that old lady. Krishna came in front of her. She was carrying the gutteri of the wood, right? Logs of wood. Krishna came, what do you want? She said, help me pick this up. It is exactly that. This story is called A Boatman's Dream. We should not have a dream like a boatman dream, right? If Krishna comes in front of us, we'll say, hey, Hamba, list hai. Just think about it. If he comes, will we be ready? Will we have that much Vishwas in Bhagwan that he will take care? Think about it. Think about it. Are forget about Bhagwan. When we are at the end of our life, I mean, none of our are there. We pray that all of us live longer and longer. But we might have come across people who leave the body with a lot of grudge. क्या करोगे? What will you do at that point of time? Best to leave it all up. That okay, things will be taken care after I leave and allow me to leave, isn't it? So, in many of the hospitals which palliative care, they do this kind of interaction, isn't it? That I miss you, I will miss you, but you go away. You go away thinking that your work will be taken care. Isn't that important? Otherwise, the person will go with grudge. And then, yad gatvan anivartante, that will not be true. But samsara chakra, punarapi janani, punarapi maranam. Correct? Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam. So this is the second story. Let's not have the boatman's dream. Because the boatman thinks something. What? Shloka number 2. प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढ़ात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते Ahankara Vimud Atma. The person is Vimud, not mood. Vimud means specially gone case, all screw dealing because of Ahankara. And then he or she will think, I am doing it, right? Have you listened to this song? मेरा आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है मेरा आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है करते हो तुम कन्हैया मेरा नाम हो रहा है करते हो तुम कन्हैया मेरा नाम हो रहा है Isn't it? नाम हो रहा है बस Prabhuji, pure devotee. And then we think, yeah, good. You understood finally my glories. Think about it. Or we should think that it is not who we are chanting, but rather, as we were saying, the name is making us chant. So, karta ham iti manyate. However, who is doing? Gunaihi karmani sarvasha. The gunas are doing it. Or some people think, you know what, we are a little bit, in Hindi we call it tigda. Tigda means, little bit diplomacy from here, like that, here and there. We are special, we'll figure it out. But then there is a problem. This is just like almost doing business dealings, isn't it? Like there were two people who wanted to go to a marriage together, right? So they had to show some relation. Some relation, isn't it? Some people say, where have you come from? Ladki wale, ladke wale. Science ke side se. Sounds familiar? Yeah. So, किस साइड से हो तुम? श्लोका नंबर 3. अस्माकं बद्री चक्रम अस्माकं बदरी चक्रम युष्माकं बदरी तरुः युष्माकं बदरी तरुः बादरायण सिंहदात् बादरायण यूयम यूयम भयम भयम यूयम यूयम भयम भयम. Where have you come from? Well, my Ratha has a chakra made from Badri. Wonderful. And you have a Badri tree in your forest, in your garden. So, Badarayana Sambandhat, from the relation of the Badri, we are related to each other. Is there any relation? No. My Ratha is made of Badri. Your forest or the garden has Badri. So we are related. It's like me tells Tesla, tum bhi Tesla, related. Sometimes people do this Tigran trying to find out a way so that they can make their business. And once the business is done, they will say, you yum, vayam, vayam. Aap hai, hum hai. Bye bye. So this does not work. Upadesh 1 is become sober. So we talked about boatsman dream. We talked about the frogs, athanni. And sometimes it becomes so hard that even good message may not register. So the story number 3, some of the sarasas. Sarasas are swans. They came to meet with herons. I think herons are called, maybe let's call it batak. So these, what do you call batak in Telugu? Not authentic Telugu looks. Huh? Batu. Okay. Batak. So the Batak is telling the swans, where have you come from? Swans says, we have come from Manas Sarovar. Wonderful. What's there in Manas Sarovar? All the beautiful lotus flowers are there and the jal is green and everything. Really? Don't you have any snails there? Snails? Why do you want snails? Okay, thank you very much. We have nothing to deal with it. Story ends. But it's a significant one. We may be lost up in our likes and dislikes so much that if somebody comes out of the box, we say, Arey, the likes and the dislikes are not there. The pleasure and the sacrifice is not there, what we are making. So, what we have to do with it? The story is called, Is There Any Pleasure and Sacrifice? But oftentimes we have to be taken out of the box, isn't it? Isn't it? And if we don't take out, something else takes us out. And this is the experience of the final journey, right? They say many people become renunciates in the Shmashan. Correct? So one of the authors sings, Man panchi ud jaye, Rajin Man panchi ud jaye, Man panchi उड़ गए दिन मन पंछी उड़ गए का दिन तेरे तन करुवर के तब ही पात झड़ जाइए तब ही पात keep like this. He's saying, Man Panchi, when the word of your mind here, man means soul. When the soul will fly off from their body, which is like a tree, all the leaves jhad jaiye. All the leaves will jhad jaiye. What are the leaves? Body, little softly. Path. I watch is a path. Our phones are a path. Our clothes are a path. Our body itself is a path. All will jhad jaiye. And then what will happen? घर के कहीं बेगही काढ़ो घर के कहीं बेगही काढ़ो पूत भये को कहिए पूत भये को कहिए प्रीतम सो प्रीति कहेरी प्रीतम सो प्रीति कहेरी को देख डर जई हर के पीपल आर सेइंग oh मर गया मर गई बाहर निकालो the person is dead take him out why what if he or she becomes a bhoot and तो खाइए however these days it is not like that people will say wait a minute close the door take a hammer his teeth because he has a golden tooth take it out because if you will take him away maybe you will not get the golden tooth sad right and ja pritam so preet ghaneri that lover you loved a lot so dekhi dar jaiye that person will see and become scared कहाँ वह ताल कहाँ वह शोभा देखत धूल उड़ई आई बंधु कुटुंब कबीला बंधु कुटुंब कबीला मीर सुमीर पछड़ई तो the author is asking कहाँ वह टेस्ला ताल मतलब different ताल right shopping tal. Where is the Kroger's now? This is not pessimism. This is reality. So with sobriety. Unless we keep that in mind, how we'll enter into spirituality, which will give the anand more than the anand of this world. So he's talking about kaha va tal, kaha va shobha. Shobha means jalwa, right? We had much jalwa while we were living. Where did the jalwa go? It has gone. And it is painful for the person who is leaving and painful for the person who is left. Correct? The person who is leaving will say, Ichhaएं hain, I had desires. And the person who has left, I had desires. Isn't it? So you'll say, okay, this is too much pessimism. Can you see tell a reality? Indeed. बिन गोपाल कछु नहीं अपनो बिन गोपाल नहीं अपना जिसकी रति रह गई गोपाल his rati will remain other ratis might get lost in fact the other ratis are bonus if we are loving each other in sustainable way this is the bonus of krishna rati so we say okay fine but how do we get this we get it like this so to sur durlabh devan ko so to सत्संगति महि पै रे How will you find that Rati is Gopal Rati? Where you will find? In Satsangati. So what is the Updesh one? Become sober. How? Remembering the frogs, kappas, ataneen. Second, a boatman's dream. And the third, not to have like that batak. Is there pleasure and sacrifice? But what do we do after we have become sober? After our hearts are opening up, we invite people. We invite sadhus. So that is the Updesh 2. Updesh 1 is become sober. Updesh 2 is invite sadhus. But invite doesn't mean wait. We go to them, isn't it? Invitation here is we taking the pahal of going towards them because they will give us the perspective which we do not have. And we come to the next story. Maybe all of you have read it. There was a big Gajapati elephant. What do you call elephant in Telugu?
Enago.
Huh?
Enago.
Enago. So Enago was there, and there were six blind men. You remember this story? What happened? Okay, six blind men were there, and one blind man is touching the paunch of the elephant, and he's thinking, "What is it? Huh? Snake?" One blind man is touching the sides of the elephant. He's thinking elephant is a wall. One elephant is touching the feet. He's thinking it is banana ka ped. Isn't it? Another is touching that Hyder Ali ki talwar. They're all wrong. They are all wrong. Story ends. What does it tell us? If there is nobody to show us the reality, we won't see it because we have a very limited perspective. In fact, it is said, we go to the shloka number 4. Are you all with me? इतिहास पुराणाभ्याम वेदम समुपबृंहये बिभेत्यल्पश्रुताद्वेदो मामयं प्रतरिष्यति Itihas Puranabhyam Vedam Samupabrimhaye. Vedas are made of Mahavakyas. They have to be expanded and understood using Itihas and Puran. Samupabrimhaye, expanded. This means a person must be knowledgeable in Itihas and Puranas also. Because Vedas are saying, I am afraid of such people who are Alpashrut. Alpashrut, who do not know the conversion from Mahavakya to Mahakavya, who are not well versed in Itihas Purana because they can construe it. Mam pratarishyati. Doesn't it happen? Now the person who is blind, who is seeing the elephant as a samp, he'll go, Enago samp. Did I call it rightly? Enago? Enagu. Okay. Enagu is samp. And so nonsense. But that's a fact. And everybody has ego, right? These days, everybody has a pulpit and everybody is a pastor. Correct? Everybody has a podium and everybody is a pastor. You know the podium? It's called YouTube. You don't need to go anywhere. Earlier times, people will go taking the books with them to other places. Sripad Shankaracharya will go. Purandar Das will go, isn't it? And Tukaram will go. Ityadi, Narottam Das Thakur. But nobody needs to go anywhere. YouTube available. But imagine if such people are alpashrut. Either not heard enough or heard but not practiced enough. Mangled. Vedas could be mangled. So many times we keep hearing people saying, where is Radha? Radha is Kalpanik. Isn't it? How much it hurts the Vaishnavas and Rajbasis, right? Because they are Alpashrut. They haven't read the Vedas. Vedas are full of Praman of Radharani. And if we read the commentaries with the Acharyas, they can explain using Sanskrit also why this verse is Radha Parak. Why this verse is Vrindavan Parak, isn't it? Alpashrutas can damage it. So we invite sadhus which can tell us. And this is the way of learning. What is the way of learning? Shloka number 5. Acharyat padamadakhe. Acharya padamadakhe. Padam Shishyasvamedhaya. Brahmacharya Param. आदम काल क्रमेण आदम. 1/4 of the things we learn by teacher. 1/4 of the things, pada means 1/4. We learn by swamedhaya, by investing in it. 1/4 we learn by brahmacharibhya, isn't it? By the other people discussing. And 1/4 we'll learn by time. Kala kramena. Who teaches us this? Sadhus will come. They'll say, it's okay. You are in the right path. Utro nahi. Just don't get down. Because in the world of instant everything, right? We may want to get instant everything. So we want to get down. But in the sadhus will say, it's okay. Just keep on, as we do with the milk, right? What we do when we want to make milk into rabdi, we keep adding milk or remove the arch or take out the milk or go for shopping. No, right? Wait there. Just keep on rotating it, scratching it, whatnot. And then it will become rabdi. Padam adatte. Who tells us this? Saints, right? Because saints can look at a future vision also. He will get there. She will get there. Just they should not change it. Change their course, isn't it? So we invite sadhus. This story was the blind man and the elephant, correct? So what story we all have discussed? Kappas, Athanni. Frogs, half rupee coin. Then next was the boatman's dream. Then the next was, is there pleasure and sacrifice? Now we come to the second category, which is invite sadhus. And the first story was blind man and elephant. And now we come to another setting. This was long time back. A person was a pandit in the town, not because he was actually, but there were people who were climbing. Hindi we call it chane ke jhaad par chada rahe the. People who were, aho, wah, wah. There are some people like that, right? And we think, oh, yeah, looks right. So like there were camel and ass, donkey and oont. They were all thinking that they should become friends. So how will they become friends? Scratch my back, scratch my back. Aho rupam, aho rupam. Who said to whom? Donkey said to camel, aho rupam, aho rupam. And the donkey said to the camel said to the donkey, aho dhani, aho dhani. So sometimes people do it. So people had raised this fellow to be like Mahapandit, but he didn't know anything. Another Digvijay Pandit was coming into the town, and at that time they were not playing FIFA or FUFA. They were playing Vad Vivad. They were discussing debate. And this person came to fight the most scholarly person in the town so that he can say that I have defeated everyone in the town. So the other chamchas, sycophants, cronies, we call it, they tell, Arey Mahapandit, jao, you should battle him. You are such a Pandit. So a battle happened, battle of words. Are you with me so far? Battle of words happened. And this Digvijay Pandit who had come said, Kastvam. Now, Kastvam means Kahatvam. Like Bangun Nara. Bagun Nara, yeah? How are you, sort of? Kastvam, Kahatvam, who are you? Now, this fellow was like burning with battle. Bahubali. So he says, Kastvam, Dhastvam, Mastvam, Dhastvam. He just started saying all the gibberish. The only word is Kastvam. So he said he's saying Kastvam. I'll punch him with what? All the alphabets. Dhastvam, Gastvam, Mastvam, Jastvam. The other person realized, thank you very much. There is no point in discussing with the fool because after a while, nobody knows who is the fool. So he left. Story ends. But the point is significant. Here a sadhu had come in the life, and instead of inviting, this fellow was showing his prowess. Think about it. He said Kastvam, and he said what? Kastvam, Khastvam. That's the name of the story. What's the name? Kastvam, Khastvam. Inviting sadhus, but also ready to take the message. Otherwise, the message will be lost. Are you all with me? Kids became a little restless. Okay, so Ma- Bhakti Siddhanta Sai Thakur takes us to another setting. In this another setting, there's a wise old monkey. Which monkey? A wise old monkey. This wise old monkey is always thinking about. They had a big farm. It was a chidiya ghar. In the chidiya ghar, there were people and all the animals. So this wise old monkey is thinking, "Are these little monkeys are there? They are too naughty." And in this chidiya ghar, there are bakri also, meka. Sheep is also there. What do you call sheep in Telugu?
Burre.
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 Gurre. Okay, Gurre is there. And Gurre Gurra rahe hain. Did I say it okay? Okay, there are many Gurre there. But the problem is that Gurre go to the kitchen. And anybody who is in the kitchen because they are in association with the fire, this is garam. Sounds familiar? So when somebody is in the kitchen, don't mess with them. Because with near the Agni, this is Agni. So they say, especially, if your person is cooking for many, many people, pray for them and stay away because Agni will cause the burning. So these cooks are like mad. When they will say Gurre coming to eat and chew, they will throw things at them. Who is thinking all of this? Wise old monkey. They will throw all of the things, correct. It is fine if they throw a gobi on it, correct? Broccoli on it. But what if they throw a coal red hot? Then the gurre will catch fire. This gurre, in order to stop the fire, will enter into a tabela. What is a tabela? A place where horses are there. What do you call horse? Horse. So, gurre will go to horse. Yes, no, you are funny. So horse will catch fire, and the wise old monkey knows that for the horses who have caught fire, because the hay will burn, right? The only solution is the fat of young monkeys or the monkeys. So he is doing his analysis. The gurre goes, the cook throws, the gurram catches fire, and then the monkeys will be killed. So he's telling all the monkeys, Baba, let's get out. And the old monkey think, what nonsense you're talking about? We're getting so nice avocados here, so nice cherries here. Why to get out? You think a lot. Don't think too much. And it exactly happened so. What happened? The gurre came, the cooks threw, the gurram burned, monkeys killed. End of the story. So what happens? Inviting sadhus or going near sadhus is also meant to have a mantra, which is we live to be corrected, isn't it? We want correction. We want to go when we are going here, somebody tell us, isn't it? Otherwise, and the we are not going to sadhus, or sadhus are also not coming for any other thing, whether person is high or low, but only for satsang, isn't it? So there was Akbar. Akbar invited one sadhu called Kumbandas. Not Kumbandas, his name was Kumbandas. Why don't you come to my Fatehpur Sikri and sing for me? Now, is Kumbandas interested about it? Not a lot. So he composed a song. भक्तन को कहाँ सीकरी सो काम भक्तन को कहाँ सीकरी सो काम भक्तन को devotees what do they have to do with Sikri? What is Sikri? Fatehpur Sikri, Akbar's capital, isn't it? Why? आवत जात पनैया टूटी आवत जात कन्हैया टूटी बिसर गयो हरि नाम हरि नाम. What is Panaya? Adidas and Nike makes Panaya footwear, chappal. So he's saying भक्तन को कहाँ सीकरी सिखाऊं? What do they have to do with सीकरी? आने जाने में, going and coming, चप्पल घिस गया, पनहिया घिस गई. The panhiya got withered and बिसर गयो हरि नाम, because he is not sitting in one place. In travel, we know नाम की धज्जियां उड़ जाती हैं, right? The name goes somewhere else, isn't it? And then he says, जाको मुख देखे अघलागे, जाको मुख देखे अघला, करण परी परनाम, करण परी परनाम. I don't know whom I have to do pranam. God knows what all things he would have done. And then he says, कुंभन दास लाल गिरिधर बिन, यह सब झूठो धाम. He's saying if Girdhar is not there in Vrindavan, also what to do about Vrindavan? And imagine he's been asked to go somewhere else. So, Upadesh 1 is become sober. Upadesh 2 is invite sadhus. And this brings us to the last Upadesh. Upadesh 3, what do we do when we approach learned people? And this is also not only in spiritual life, in material life also, right? Somebody who is Jnana Vriddha or Vayo Vriddha, people who have experiences of falling down also. Young people think that हमारे जैसा कौन, isn't it? We are invincible. Wait and watch. Sooner or later, some slips will happen. So those who have gone through the slips can tell what to do and what not to do. That's a very wealthy experience. So we salute people, Jnana Vrid, who is Vrid by Jnan, Vayo Vrid by age, and Sheel Vrid by character. Isn't it? So we come to the third Updesh, which is embrace authenticity. What? Embrace authenticity. Otherwise, our situation will be like the song 3. Kaya hari ke kaam na aaye. Kaya hari ke kaam na aaye. भाव भक्ति जहाँ हरि जस, तुनियत भाव भक्ति जहाँ हरि रस, तुनियत ताहाँ जात अलसाई. This is alasai, not alsi. Not alsi के बीज नहीं है. It's laziness. Pramad, people say, pramado vai aham mrityum bravimi. Pramad is almost like death. Because that one moment was there where something magical would have happened, it has gone. It has gone. So the author is telling, Bhav Bhakti should be here where Hari just we could hear, there I am alas. Or Lobh Atar hai Kam Manoharat Ta Sunat Uti Dhai. Where we could hear of some interesting other things which will increase and unearth as we are walking. Here, author is representing our condition. He's not doing that. And then he says, Charan Kamal Sundar Jaha Hari ke Charan Kamal Sundar Jaha क्यों हो न जाती नवाई, क्यों न. So even if lot of good instructions are there, saints are there, we know them, they are around, the last Upadesh is missing, which is embrace authenticity. So another story, there was a Prabhu, he had lot of Shalagram Shilas, and every time he was a pujari, people would come and give it to him, nuts, like macadamia nuts, Brazil nuts, what else nuts? There was World War coming, so we thought maybe Spanish nuts and Argentinian nuts. Anyway, they became nuts watching the. So, lot of nuts. But he will take the nuts and close the altar room and be inside. What he's doing? Maybe he's offering, some people offer Thakurji with lot of love. So, somebody opened the khidki, and you know what he was doing? He was taking Shalagram Shila and cracking the nuts with Shalagram Shila. Story ends. This story is called Cracking Nuts with Shalagram. Now it is very graphic, but explanation is there. What are we using for what, isn't it? Are we using Shalagram Shila to crack nuts? Say, Prabhuji, I don't do it. But we may be using the pure devotional process for something else. See, if we have to ask from Krishna. Other than Krishna, who is ours? We ask from Krishna, but at least there should be some opportunity, some mechanism, some way, some time where we say, Krishna, we just want you from you. We just want you from you. Instead of that old lady who said, Thakurji, take my log of wood, we should become that old lady, another old lady. When Krishna came in front of her, she said, she was blind. So you know what she asked? She said, मैं अपने पर पोतों की शादी होते हुए महलों में देखना चाहती हूँ. I want to see my great grandsons being married in a great palace. So she asked everything. She wants to see. So she asked that she should get eyes. Then she wasn't married. So she got par pote, which means she will get married. And then she was Thantan Pal. So she got money also. Smart, right? But even smarter than that, she would have asked what? We just want you. So it's hard, but at least some moments in our life, every day, maybe the night when we are retiring to the bed, we can say, Tujhko terko arpan. We want to offer everything you gave it today. We just want you from you. Otherwise, it will become rowing with the wind. Second story. It's called rowing with the wind. What do you call Bengan in Telugu? Bonkai, Vankai. Everything is Kai there, right? Kakarakai, Vankai. So Vankai is there. And the king was there. Minister, what do you think about Vankai? Vankai? What do you think? Vankai is good. Of course it is good. No lasagna is successful without Vankai. And he said, correct? And then if you fry vankai, amazing, and put some karam masala on it, amazing. And vankai, what about vankai bharta? Isn't it? Vankai bharta is bharta of everybody. Said, okay. Next day king came. Vankai is not so good. I'm having some digestion. Of course it is not good. That's why it is called bengun, begun without any gun. The king said, wait a minute. You said Vankai was good. Today you said Vankai is bad. Who are you? What's your integrity? Questionable. He said, I'm not Vankai Das. I'm your Das. So this reminds us of Flop Show. Anybody remembers Flop Show? Jaspal Bhatti. Same characters, they'll become one the other. So in one of the episodes, Jaspal Bhatti was professor, PhD professors, and not PhD. All PhD professors are without ulterior motives. Maybe less are without ulterior motives. So the Jaspal Bhatti has students, but he has an ulterior motive. He had a Shyali. You know what is Shyali? We have Shala Sambandhinas Tatha. Where is Neil? Neil will remember that. 1.34. Shala means Sala, which means brother-in-law. So Shyali becomes sister-in-law. He had a sister-in-law who was unmarried. So he was hunting around secretly for a PhD student to marry. Shyali. So one PhD student was there. He asked, you are not married, right? He said, no, I'm married. What? How can you do PhD by getting married? So students said, what is the relation between PhD and marriage? But Jaswal Bhatti, no, it's not there. Since then, poor guy had to suffer in the lab. He won't get any good marks. But there was another smart guy. And Jaswal Bhatti, he thought he is a candidate. Very good candidate. And this person also did all the chores, watering the plants, bringing milk in the morning, doing sabji, cleaning the home. Arey, what a honored student. The professor said, let me do homework and all the publications for you. And great day came, PhD defense was there, and he became doctor. Next day, that person came with a mithai. Chakkar Pongal, maybe. And the Parvati asked him, so wonderful, this mithai is of graduating. He said, no, I got married. He didn't tell me before. So then they sing a song. Maybe some of you remember, जो तुमको हो पसंद वही बात कहेंगे बीकर को जार कहो तो जार कहेंगे. Got it? You are our master. So whatever you say, I will say that. He was in chemistry lab. Now, anybody who has done chemistry knows that it's a crime to call beaker jar or jar beaker. But whatever you say, we'll do. This is called rowing with the wind. This is not on authenticity, right? In which we just want to go and please somebody, not serve somebody, and go with the wind to just create a situation for us, or rather a position for us. This does not help. So, what is this sutra? Embrace authenticity. In that, the first is cracking nuts with shalagram. Second is rowing with the wind. And we come now to the last story, which means the sadhus have come. You have gotten the knowledge also, but haven't digested it. Because digestion is important. Service helps to digest, isn't it? So there was this person, and Jaishnav, he just knew three words. What do you call yes in Telugu? Avunu. What do you call no in Telugu? Very complicated. Yes, he just knew three words. Yes, no, very good. What three words he knew? Yes, no, very good. So he was happily sitting. Some people came and they did a theft, and this fellow was staged up and he was caught, and he was now trial in front of a judge. But this was the times where judge will wear the Isaac Newton wigs. Have you seen? Isaac Newton wigs. They were wearing that. English judge. This person thought, let me impress him. I know three words. What, Maithili? Yes, no, very good. So the judge asked him the first question, did you commit the crime? Yes. And he was shocked. So this person thought, wow, he's so impressed with me. The second question came, were there anybody near you? No. That was again shocked. He thought, Are wow, I'm able to impress him. Now I'll impress him so much because the third word I know has composed of two words. So the judge says, do you know you will be put in the jail for life? Very good. Story ends. But this is what they talk about. That not only information, but digestion too. So what is the first Upadesh? Become sober. Second Upadesh, invite sadhus. Third Upadesh, embrace authenticity. And all these Upadesh begin with an active verb, which means we can do it. We can become sober, we can invite sadhus, we can embrace authenticity. And what will happen when we do that? The heart will transform. They say, Rakshata, 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 Koshanam api kosham hridayam. Protect your heart. Yasmin surakshite sati sarvam surakshitam syat. If the heart is protected, everything is protected. If somebody comes to us, hurls curses on us, we can very happily eat pani puri and not wait for him to eat pani puri and curse him. Isn't it? Because the heart is protected. And if the heart will be protected by all these three instructions, then maybe we will embrace the qualities what Narsi Mehta would describe. We will end with this song. वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पड़ाई जाने रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पड़ाई जाने रे. Who are Vaishnav? They know peer padai, दूसरों की, others unhappiness, sadness, they know. Not like para sukha sukhi. Or no, they are good. TSS is good and PDD is good. Para sukha sukhi is good and para dukhi dukhi is good. But para sukhe dukhi problem, para dukhe sukhi big problem. However, he and others, they are filled of concern. If he scratches their skins, concern will come out. Skills are not important, concern is important. And concern will come if the heart is full of love for Shri Krishna, isn't it? Then only it can be concerned about others because the person has tasted. So this fellow has tasted. पर दुखे together उपकार करे तो ये मन अभिमान न आने रे सकल लोक मन सहने बंदे निंदा न करे ये मीरे वाच काच मन निश्चल राखे धन धन जन मीठे. It is saying that par dukh ke upkar kare ye. He does upkar to the other person and then does he go to the Facebook and say feeling blessed and blissed out. Doesn't? Man abhiman na aane mere. No man abhiman. They say, right, if you give from this hand must not know. Same thing is true about any other upkar. Why it should be known? Because the mind is very chalu, isn't it? It will start doing rowing with the wind, isn't it? It will start cracking the shalagram with cracking the nuts with shalagram, isn't it? This upkar opportunity came, then we went on and said feeling blissed out and blessed, which means cracked the nuts with the shalagram shila. Sakal lokama sahane vande. They will tolerate. And everybody respects them. But ninda na kare ke nire. No ninda. Ninda shunya. One saint was going in I'm just ending in few minutes. We are well before the time because we started at 8, almost 8. Okay, are you all with me?
Yeah.
One saint was going in the train, and near the train, a businessman was speaking on the phone, and the saint was hearing his talks. After a while, he told the saint businessman, how can you tolerate so much of rag dvesh in your heart? Because when the talk happens, right, it is screaming and up and down. It's a lot of rag and dvesh. How can you do it? Imagine the rag and dvesh which comes with when we do ninda or hear the ninda. How many of us have faced if we love somebody, even if a third person speaks about our loved one, little unnis bees, something happens, right? Immediately we should go and clarify because that ninda seed can grow. However, they don't do it. Vach kach man nischal rakhe. Vach means voice. Kach means activities. Kach. Man means thoughts. Nischal rakhe. So, dhan dhan janani te re. We salute the mom. Like mother, like son, as we say. Samadrishti ne trishna tyagi. Parastri dene matare jiva thakiya satyana bole paradhan navadhali vatare moh maya pena jije Samadrishti. I mean, that's a pun. So coming there, Samadrishti, they have Samadrishti, and this is so important. Why to look at externals, isn't it? Samadrishti ne Trishna tyagi. Samadrishti is there, Trishna won't be there, and Parastri Jena Matare. Braj we say Maya. And then Jiva Thaki Asatya na bole. This is very important. There was an actor. This is a true story, I think. Then the director called. The actor said, Bas aa raha hu 5 minute mein. The director said, I called on landline. Got it? If I'm calling on the landline, how are you on the road in 5 minutes? How are you on the road? He said, I'm on the road. I'll come in 5 minutes. Oftentimes we say, right? 2 minutes. Even Maggie doesn't come in 2 minutes, Baba. We have to think about that these small, small lies do not become. Or else, if we are speaking that 10 minutes mein aunga, And suppose it becomes 11 minutes, we apologize. It became 11 minutes. Because if we have to reach Satya, the mark must be Satya. Isn't it? Anybody name Satya here? Okay, no. So Satya should come through Satya. And Paradhan Nava Jhali Hath Re. Paradhan, हाथ नहीं लगाएंगे. और whichever belongs to others is not mine. Actually, nothing belongs to anybody. It belongs to Krishna. But whoever is the caretaker, we don't want that. That includes ideas also. That includes thoughts also. So maybe we should now, if we write books using Chat GPT, we should say author second, Chat GPT. Then he says, why Moh Maya Vyape Nahi Jene? They don't have Moh Maya. Why? Because they have one thing. What's that thing? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Because Naam is there. राम नाम सुनताई लागी सकल तीरथ तेना तन मारे वन लोभी दे कपट रहित छे काम क्रोध निवारे अने नर संयुतेनो दर्शन करता कुल एक तेरा because they are with the name. Shakala Tirth is in their body, in their mind. And then Vanalobhi te kapat rahit che. No kapat is there. Kam Krodh, because of the power of the name has gone. Narasai Mehta is saying, anybody who takes their darshan, ek tera, kula, ek tera, I don't know whether any Gujarati is here, perhaps it means 21, 21, all the kula will tar jayega. So what's the power here? What's the central here? Become sober, invite sadhus, embrace authenticity. And maybe this would be the fruit, but something should go on. What? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So what did we all do today? Stories are powerful. First Upadesh, become sober. How do we know that? Frogs, Athanni, then boatman's dream, then is there pleasure in sacrifice? What is the second Upadesh? Invite sadhus. And what was the story? Huh? The blind man and the elephant. Second was Kastvam, Kastvam. And then was a wise old monkey. And last is embrace authenticity. Don't crack the nuts with the shalagram. Don't row with the wind. Don't become Chaspal Bhatti student. And then last, don't only have 3 words in the vocabulary and use here and there like yes, no, very good. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Do we have? We can take questions, reflections, suggestions, or short stories if you have from your own tradition. Yes. Something which stuck with you. Aryan, yes.
So one of the main things I learned today,
Huh?
you know how you were describing the picture
Loudly.
that made me realize that some things may seem on paper, some things may seem the other option is better, but that isn't always true.
Mm.
And another thing I learned from these stories is that there's 3 music notes to make the perfect song.
3
music notes to make the perfect song. And that the first one is not
is 3 music notes to make it strong.
but I don't remember the first one.
Okay. When you remember, you can tell me.
I
Three
think the
music.
second one
Okay.
is second one is invite sadhus. Wait, the first one is being sober.
Okay. Three. Being sober, invite sadhus, and then last is embrace authenticity. Thank you. Thank you for summarizing it. Other thoughts, comments? Yes, Prabhu.
A Vaishnav is seeing someone in pain or sorrow or in any other attitude of pain.
No, no, come again.
When a Vaishnava is seeing someone else who's not over the sorrow, what do you support?
So there is nobody as non-Vaishnav, just like we don't say there is nobody, it's not a devotee, non-devotee, it's devotee and not yet devotee. Everybody is devotee, just they don't know. So Vaishnava, first of all, thinks them as Vaishnavas, potential Vaishnavas. And when they are in sorrow, see, forget about relieving the sorrow many of the times. Oftentimes one can't even feel the sorrow. We often say, I understand your pain. It takes heart to say, I feel the pain, because feeling empathy is very difficult. So in general, what we can say, best policy would be just to spend time with that person. Maybe that person wants to say something. Maybe a lot healing would be done in silence. And especially one thing we should not use, the karma card. Slap the karma card at the person. Maybe आपका karma था. It might be true, but it should be used later. Because karma has two sides. One side is what happened to us, and one side is what I can do now. So I believe whenever everybody is going through shoka, it is said there is a shoka sagar around, people are crying so much deep, and there is a tears that make a shoka arnava. We can be with them. Maybe situation will allow or not allow. We can't say, right? We can't say, oh, somebody is going to sorrow, X must go to Y. Maybe X also is tied up. But if there is a possibility, just a helping hand. Philosophy will come later. Just in that interpersonal space, lot of healing will happen. Does that make sense, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. More thoughts, comments, reflection? Yes. Samadrishti. See, Samadrishti is like this soundtrack. Okay, right. Yeah, it's soundtrack. It's just going on in the background. We see, just like this background score goes on, Samadrishti banks on the fact that everybody has Thakurji inside their heart, including this. So oftentimes our elders would say, right? Don't hit the bucket with your feet. Have you heard that? Don't walk on the feet like dum 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 dum. Sometimes when we are in hurry, we do like that. But if saints are there, they say no, no dum dum. Because Thakurji is in every kan. He's there here. He's there in all of us, isn't it? So Samadrishti means, first of all, having an understanding, at least theoretical only, that Krishna is there in everybody's heart. A. And then it means to look them, that's passive. But to act in such a way कि उनको चोट नहीं लगे. They don't get hurt. You know, chot means hurt. Including these things also, including the way we talk and way we move and way we act also. So Samadrishti has two components. First is seeing Krishna in them, and second is acting in such a way so that we are not agitating to them or we are not hurting them. Now you'll say, what about a tiger who comes? Well, there is a way to relate with them from a distance, isn't it? If we go nearby, Ram Ram Satya ho sakta hai, isn't it? So there are ways of dealing with people, still keeping the Samadrishti in mind. And it is best learned by being around people who are Samadrishti. Because theoretical will go only so far, isn't it? When we see people, I'll give you an example. A saint, we have repeated that sometime back here. A saint is going in a car, isn't it? And there is a, you know, chapak, chapak, the pani, the water puddle is there, and the car went to the water puddle, and there was a splash on the face. It splashed the face of the driver as well as the saint. Driver started hurling curses, and the saint said, so long we have received Charnamrit of Thakur, today we are receiving Charnamrit of a motor car. Just see the perspective, right? And practice, practice. As we come into this room, we can also think that there are not 40, 50 people, but 51 people. 51 is Krishna. So practicing that all the time. Does that help you? Thank you. More thoughts, questions, reflections? Yes, Prabhu.
So, as we have been hearing about how we have to be, following the parampara. We many times, say so strictly, and we have done it in the past and still do it, that we tell, this is parampara, this is not parampara.
Mhm.
So we have, discussed about so many saints, and you have also mentioned with so many stories in the past days that Krishna is actually accessible to everyone.
Yeah.
Now, at the same time, so okay, so one is that one question is that how we can not take that strict stand and respect others. Otherwise, it's like ahankar, imura.
And worse than that, aparadh.
Yeah, and second, yeah, we will do the aparadh and so many things can. And second is also at the same time, if somebody is going in that direction, we have to also bring them, at least if they don't have anything, then we have to tell them that this is actually the right. So I need to actually understand the balance between that. One is also to avoid our aparadh, doing the things, and also bringing them on the right track.
Yeah. Thank you. Anybody who is feeling hungry may, but this is a very loaded question. Lot can be said here. But indeed, first premise is that the question is, so the question is about there are many other sampradayas, many other saints, and first of all, we sometimes by taking a very strict stand, or rather a ossified wall, when we create walls between us and others in such a strong manner, saying that we are the best, they don't know much, then it can go to aparadh also. At the same time, if somebody who is going from a particular path somewhere else and veering away, then how we should bring back also. So see, did that encapsulated it clearly? So first premise is that, again, it's a huge discussion, and in Phoenix we did almost a 2-hour podcast on it in Hindi on this exactly the same issue.
It's available.
It will be available soon. Yes, and lot of pehlus are there in this point. First of all, premise is that we should not have this hubris. Hubris means extreme overconfidence that we are the best. No, there are others also. We consider a parvat in which everybody is going on the top of the mountain. There are many paths which will lead to the top of the mountain. Not all paths will lead, huh? If you just do parikrama like that, it won't go up. Or you go up and go down, that will also not go up. But many paths will lead to the top of the mountain. Or if you have to cross an ocean or a river, many boats will lead. However, to cross, we have to take one path. If we keep changing paths, garbad. Or if we put like Amitabh Bachchan one, like, I mean, he may be having one path, I'm just giving his example, 1 foot in another boat, another foot in another boat, something Radhe Radhe can happen. So we follow a particular sampradaya, we follow a particular path, because then only we can make rabdi, right? We can churn it. Otherwise, it will get diluted. Having said that, if somebody is deriving inspiration from other paths, and that is bolstering one's own practice, why not? Why not? It's not shiksha, it is prerna. Prerna means inspiration. Shiksha means a technical way of executing our spiritual life, which includes, Shiksha means we'll chant Hare Krishna mantra only. Shiksha means we'll do the same Gayatri only. Now, it's not like somebody else is doing some other mantra, so we'll change. No, right? Shiksha will remain the same, but prerna we can derive from anybody. 11th canto Bhagavatam derives prerna from 24 gurus. And if people can derive prerna from Stephen Covey, correct? People derive that. 7 habits of highly effective people, isn't it? And what not, Dale Carnegie and many other. What's wrong with deriving inspiration as Gaudias from Alvars? Think about it, right? What crime did they do? What crime did we do? But that must bolster, and it takes certain maturity. It takes certain maturity to have inspiration bolstering our particular way. So, therefore, acharyas also tell us in the beginning that you first understand your own path very, very clearly. Because then we'll understand what to take and what to not to take, isn't it? This, however, never gives us any license to tell others are omniscience. I mean, imagine if we tell other sampradayas only this. Array, all the acharyas are there, Sanat Kumar are there, Rudra is there, Lakshmi is there. How can we say that? We feel we are fortunate. We feel we are fortunate that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has touched us and made us enter into the kunjas of Vrindavan. But that does not make us superior. Problem comes when we think we are superior. Now, the other side of the question, what if somebody in a particular sampradaya is going away? It depends, do we have authority or not? Because if we do not have authority and that maturity to handle, maybe he'll go so far to never come back. And maybe if somebody has gone back, gone somewhere else, I think we can allow. It is something sad also. Somebody went in a sampradaya and went to other sampradaya. Maybe we can allow at our level when we do not have authority, or rather we do not have that wherewithal, maybe it's rather on his desire. But something I learned the lesson that I will not do. And maybe also keep my friendship with them so that when it's a time they need a patient here, I will be there. So it's a very nuanced way of dealing all of this. Principle is there. Create bridges, become bridgebasis. Destroy bridges, become bridgenashis. And in the world of today, it's not silos, isn't it? We are interacting with many, many different things. So it's a very nuanced thing how to handle this. And well, the uttam best thing is one book, one mantra, one place, and one area. But very less people will be like that, right? So then other thing would be, if one is getting inspiration, use it in such a way, and in fact, that's the kasauti, that's the test. If you suppose you heard something, suppose you went to Tirupati and you heard what you heard, Edu Kondarwala, Venkataramana, Govinda, Govinda. Then you think like Bhakti Vinod Thakur, my Lord, who is Brajbasi, Vrindavan Bihari, is being worshipped in so much Aishwarya here. Aho, aho, what beauty, what beauty. Or if you go to a temple and they are chanting Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Sham Sham, Radhe. It should not happen. I come out of the temple and say, Hare Krishna bolna chahiye. Kyun bhai? Why? Then is there any difference between me and Hitler, who wanted everything to become one? Variety, right? See, when we go up, there won't be any tilakas. I haven't read in any book that they wear tilakas. We depict gopis and gopas with tilakas because kind of that's our family. But up there, Radharani has a different tilaka, which is described in granthas like Govind Leelamrit. She is a Kam Yantra at the top, a different tilaka. And up we go there, all will be together, isn't it? Lalita Sakhi comes in our Sampradaya Swarup Damodar Goswami. Lalita Sakhi comes as Swami Haridas for Pakil Diyar. Same personality coming in two different ways. Vishwak Sen comes in Alvars as some other person. He may come in some other Sampradaya as other person, isn't it? Uddhav comes as Surdas and Pushti Sampradaya. He comes as, I'm not remembering, maybe it is some Brahmachari, Pradyumna Brahmachari, I'm not remembering, in our Gaudiya Sampradaya. How about that? I'll just end with this dream. This dream came to a somebody from Madras. He is saint from Madras. I don't remember his name, but he revealed his dream to some saint, and this was written and published. The dream was the saint is seeing a Vimana. You know Vimana? Like a big spaceship. He enters the spaceship, and there are asanas lying around. You know asanas. Many, many asanas. And there are some people like organizers. Some sabha would be going on. And he's waiting. There is empty place. Nobody's coming. Immediately people start entering the Vimanas. Madhvacharya is coming, Shankaracharya is coming. Arre, arre, arre. And they are happily talking with each other, laughing out loud, maybe eating pani puri. Say, hey, Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya. Shankaracharya is Sarva Khalvidam Brahma, Nena Nanasti Kinchana, only one. And Madhvacharya's symbol is like this, two. For Madhvacharya, everything is different. Panchabhed. Then other saints are coming, and this saint who is dreaming, who is finding himself in the spaceship, is asking the organizers, what's going on? These people fight like dinosaurs and elephants. Not cats and dogs is an understatement. On the earth. Why are they together? They laugh. They say, that's only to attract different people of different inclinations. They are some mile hue hain. Who is Shankaracharya? Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva worships who? Rame Rame Manorame. Think about this. If we know the secret of who is behind, nothing can shake us, right? Bhaja Govindam, isn't it? And then other different saints of different sampradaya. When Advaita Acharya Nityanand Prabhu started fighting, Krishnadas Kaviraj says, don't take sides between pure devotees. You don't know why they are doing. Just like they say, right? Don't take sides when a husband and wife fight. Because afterwards, you will be forgotten. So like that. Isn't it a wonderful dream? Something I think about it all the time. That this dream, they are all coming down, spending different. There are paths like Radha Vallabhiya path, where Radha Sarvasva Pradhan, where they only chant the name of Radha Rani. Should be, right? Why shouldn't it be? Vrindavan, Prabhupada says that in Vrindavan, everybody does Radhe, Radhe. Think about it, like that will mellow down all the other things, and then we'll form bridges and we'll become Brijavasis. Otherwise, Brijnashis. Thank you. Hare Krishna. I think we should now make a bridge to the prasadam. Okay? I will be here if in case you have more questions and thoughts. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitai Go Premanande Hari Hari Go.
So Hare Krishna everyone. And we have a tomorrow morning class and evening class also. Morning is the final finale of like a flute song, which three parts are already done. And the fourth part is in the morning. And tomorrow evening is an Argyle that is regarding Hanuman Chalisa. And the Sunday morning is in Gita Mandir. Sunday evening is
Hanuman Chalisa, 43 chaupais or shlokas or dohas. We will speak on every word of it. Every word will be broken down.
yes. So Sunday evening, like at Kalachandji temple, Sunday feast class. So that is this trip, Prabhuji's trip, like the Sunday feast class is the last. So Monday he will be traveling back. So another thing, 4 classes. Saturday morning, evening, Sunday morning and evening. If anybody needs the details, please contact any one of us. So we can share the details and the flyers, everything. One more thing I just wanted to announce is
I done it.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Just 1 minute. Hare Krishna. Haribol Mataji's. Haribol Mataji's 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Last announcement. So if anybody wants to, like, we are having this Bhaktas every Friday evening from 7 to 9. So that is a 2 hours window. We read Bhagavad Gita, sequential reading of Bhagavad Gita. If anyone wants to, anybody is interested and want to join us, please let us know. So we will share the details so that it will be in this certain field most of the time. Every week in like 5 houses we are rotating as of now. So that will be the every Friday, 7 to 9. If anybody is interested, let us know. Thank you. Thank you everyone for coming. Haribol. Now we'll go to Prashad. Thank you.
So I just read it, yeah, they have to do editing. Next year, if it is done in May, I'll be making, but it is 2.5 times big.
The earlier book was this much, right? This is.